Good afternoon. I am here with Daniel Roberge. He is a massage therapist. Is that your title, or do you have a different title?
Yeah, well, according to the state of Texas, I'm a massage therapist, yes.
What do you think of yourself as?
I'm a medical massage therapist or manual therapist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, we are at his studio, which is in his home. We are in Sherman, Texas. And so tell me a little bit about what does that mean? What types of massage therapy do you do?
Well, I do an assortment of different modalities or types, I guess. The more common, I guess, would be the myofascial release work, which incorporates a lot of trigger point work or stretching, a type of stretching in the process. And I also do orthopedic manual therapy and neuromuscular work. So,
Okay, so what is myofascia? How do you release it?
well, it's a modality that involves the fascial layers of tissue that connect muscle to bone to organs, and what it ends up doing is it gets stressed and tight and pulls muscular tissue out of its proper place. And I go in there and stretch it out, and that's where the trigger point work comes in as well. So you kind of get in there a little bit deep and stretch the fascia and muscle back into where it should be.
Okay, that's really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I think most people don't know that they have that connective tissue there.
I'd have to say probably, yeah. I mean, when someone comes in, it's usually an education process where, I do an assessment. I try to figure out what's going on. The intake gives me a lot of information that, I can strategize a protocol. But there is a lot of education that goes into that, where I explain some of the modalities that I just expressed to you.
Mm-hmm.
So, so most people really don't know that much about it. So, and it's one of those things, your body may be doing certain things that you don't want it to be doing, but it's all behind the scenes. It's just all those tightening and compensatory patterns that are created with tight fascial restrictions.
Because it's all pulling.
It's pulling,
Okay.
and and impinging on nerves,
Right. Or keeping things from being in the right alignment.
Correct.
Maybe? Okay.
Yeah. So and that's where the compensation typically comes in, where pain is going to prevent you from being in the correct position.
Yeah.
So try to alleviate that and loosen that up for you.
Right.
Yeah.
So to do this, do you have a special license? Do you?
Yeah. Well, so I've been doing this for 26 years. In
Wow.
fact, it'll be 26 years on the 27th of this month. This is February. So, so a long time. And I've gone through a lot of different accreditations and programs, and just a lot of research has changed since back in the late 90s when I started. So there's always things to be brought up to date on, and so I've tried to stay current, in what's happening, just in terms of research, and it's given me a lot of tools to put in my belt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So how do you usually get your clients? Like, does someone refer them to you? How do you someone come to you for a massage?
Well, I do get a lot of referrals, and typically that's, I prefer a referral, just because I know that, the person I have sort of a connection with already. But I do have a few websites that are they're website related platforms that that I'm on, and they're kind of like a professional platform that gives people an idea of what I do.
So they would Google you basically.
Yeah.
And then
Exactly.
then it would go to your website and they could see these are the things that you do. Just like
Exactly.
if I was looking at a spa massage therapist, it would say, I don't know, it would give me the different types of massages, like hot rocks or whatever kind of massage. Okay.
Yeah, it sort of gives you a filtering, I suspect. Something that gives you, it kind of hones in what you're really looking for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So how does a typical massage session work with you?
Well, so if I talk to somebody over the phone, it's usually getting an idea of what their needs are, and whether or not it would be suitable, and so set up a schedule or an appointment through the schedule. I do have a scheduling website that people can make an appointment on. And I usually put the block in for the first session. Typically, it's going to be like an hour and a half because I do a pretty thorough evaluation, and so I like to give myself 15 to 20 minutes just on that alone, discussing the strategy and how to approach the situation. And then an hour of soft tissue work. So an hour and a half for the first session, and then typically depending on what's going on, if we don't solve the issue on the first go round, we may look at making a few other appointments to follow up and get it done.
Yeah. So do you use any certain type of I know when I've had massages done, they use different oils or that kind of thing. Do you use a certain type of oil? Or?
Mostly no. I'm not. If I have to do fascial work, sometimes I'll use really natural, like a coconut oil, or even just a light cream. But usually I try to just go straight up, and that works pretty well. I mean, we have enough lubricants on our bodies already that we don't really need to add anything in.
Yeah. So, like I notice when I look around your studio, a lot of times if I have gone for a massage, they'll have a lot of products that I can buy or that they might want to try and sell me. But that's not your focus at all.
I'm not. I don't do a lot of retail, but I make recommendations if there's a need for certain things that one might want.
Yeah.
But typically I just stick to the soft tissue work, and it seems to be good enough.
Yeah. So if I make an appointment, then what's your cancellation policy?
Normally, I'd like to get 24-hour notice. If something comes up and it's really
imminent or urgent
bad situation,
yeah.
I mean, I have some flexibility there, but if feasible, 24 hours, I think it's pretty reasonable.
Yeah. And then do you take payment like credit cards or cash or?
Yeah, so I don't take insurance.
Okay.
But I do take health savings account
Like
cards.
HSA cards.
Right. And most of the industry credit cards. I take those, American Express, and
What about like, they have those care type card, like discount plans where do you work with any of those companies?
I haven't been doing that, but I did in California.
Okay.
But I haven't been doing that here.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, I'm also, I have a little bit of flexibility on, payment structure, and I do have package deals that I can offer up as well.
Well, tell me about package deals. How does that work?
So, if it looks like we're going to need to stretch it out, or if there's a maintenance protocol that we agree on, and we want to put a few sessions together, I'll give a break on the after the fifth session, maybe the sixth session for free.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah. So it's if you you factor that in, it's a pretty good deal. For those 5.
Yeah. Well, let's see, what else? So, what do you like the best about providing the service for people?
Well, I'd have to say that there's a lot of satisfaction helping someone that's either in pain or has issues that they're trying to alleviate. Things that, especially if they're long-standing issues that it's been going on for a long time. There's nothing quite as satisfying as getting someone, on a better track.
Right.
Just physically. So yeah, I think it's I guess I have a sort of altruistic motive on this a little bit, but I mean, it's also what I do.
Yeah.
For everything too.
Well, so what you're telling me is you do like massage that helps people to alleviate their, not just to relax, but to alleviate pain and issues that they're having. So is that a profession that requires like professional insurance or?
Yeah. So I am fully covered. I have insurance coverage, of course, and the state of Texas requires to be fully insured. And I have to maintain my credentials. It's a requirement over 2 years that I have to maintain levels of education and licensing.
Right.
Right.
Right. So I'm a realtor.
Yes.
And you are too. So you
yes.
have 2 whole careers going on at the same time.
Yes. During COVID, I ventured into the real estate world, and I like it a lot, I have to say. I've always liked the real estate realm, and so it's kind of afforded me an opportunity to get involved in it, and so I've been enjoying it, and so when I'm not helping someone feel better physically, I'm helping them feel better moving into a new home.
Right. I know exactly where you're coming from there. Real estate's my second career.
Oh, right.
And I used to be a nurse for 30 years. So people are like, wow, that's a big difference, but it's not, because you're helping people.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, that's kind of the underpinning of it all is, helping people and being able to fulfill people's needs and wants. So I think it's it's satisfying on both spectrums there. Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, is there anything else you want to share?
Well, just that I'm new here to this area. Grayson County is been a wonderful, you know, I'm pioneering into this realm, so I'm excited about the new challenges and the new environment, and just really looking forward to meeting all kinds of people here, and you know, just the adventure of
New
starting
community,
something else.
meeting new
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
It's really nice to have you, and I'm glad you stopped by.
that's what I was getting ready to say. Thank you for letting me come visit your studio, and I look forward to scheduling a massage.
I will look forward to booking you in.
Okay, thank you.